welcome back to Heather's Country Crochet and More, where I talk about my knitting and crochet and sometimes other crafting things. I dye yarn, diamond paint, cross stitch, latch hook, I don't know, I can't really think of anything else. But yeah, occasionally we'll write a pattern or two. But yeah, so I know I have been like a little AWOL the past month or so. I have been really busy, but I've been busy to the point where I have not been able to record. I have been having to go out of town to help my dad with some jobs, and of course it is now well, I guess technically it's still spring, but I'm in Alabama, so it is basically summer here because we don't really have spring. So yeah, we have a pool, and you can probably tell that I'm tanner than what I was my last podcast. So I have been spending time with my family and getting some good sun. On a short note, I do have a few things that I want to update y'all on. The first thing is the year-long crochet along that I have been doing, and I know the ones of you that have been following along with that have probably noticed that the May square has not made it out yet. I still fully intend on making sure that it comes out. Hopefully it will be out this week. With everything that's been going on, I have not had time to record the video. And then I will hopefully be putting June's square video out next week to get it caught back up, and then it'll be back on track. Like I said, I have just not had time to do any recording. This is the first time that I've been able to actually sit down and try to record a video in several weeks. So another thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the yarn that you see behind me. I am going to be having a major de-stash over on my Etsy shop. It is not listed yet. If you follow me on Etsy, you will be able to get a notification for when my shop is updated. So once the stuff starts being posted on my Etsy shop, you can be notified that it's there. But most likely a lot of this behind me is going to be put on my Etsy shop. There's actually a couple of reasons why I've decided to do this. One being some financial reasons. I still have not been able to find a job, or I've been applying for jobs, but I've not had any, feedback or anything yet. So, financial stuff is kind of tough right now. But also because there is so much of the yarn that I know that I will never get to actually use or make anything with because I mean I will never use all this. So I have decided to put it up for a destash that's going to be like majorly marked down. It's probably going to be about 80% of my yarn stash that I'm going to be posting. I have started taking pictures of everything so that I can get it ready to list on my Etsy shop. But as you can see, it's a lot, so it's taking a little time. But I will be doing probably just like a short on here to let people know when I have got it up on my Etsy store, so that you can go over there if you are able and you see something that you like. I ask, please, if y'all can help me out and help me to move some of this yarn and rehome it, because I need to, you know, share the love of yarn with others. No, I need to downsize a lot. I also will be not having the subscriptions that I was sharing on here in my videos before. I've had to cancel those. I was showing the Sock Yarn Society subscription and the Yarnable subscription. However, I did keep the Row 1 mini yarn subscription that I was doing, only because before I realized that I needed to cut bills and stuff in some areas. I had already started something with those Row 1 minis, so I was able to move things around enough financially that I could keep that subscription. But I will be showing y'all what I decided to start with it. I do have some finished objects. I have 3 finished objects and 2, 3, 4, 5 new cast on WIPS. I also wanted to run something by y'all, just get y'all's opinion on something. So if you have watched the last few podcasts, y'all know that I had ordered some yarn from Forbidden Fiber Co. and it was Mario themed, Super Mario themed, and I had ordered a skein of the Mario and of the Luigi. Here, I'll show it to you. And y'all, I just cannot figure out what I want to make with this yarn. You know, I had thought about doing like a Musselburgh hat, you know, with each, and then give one to my sister and then me keep one, and then we would have like Mario and Luigi hats. But and it would probably, they just take me so long to make. So I don't know how long it would take me to make those, and I would have to make them one at the time because I only have enough needles to make one at the time. So, and I also thought about if I made like shorty socks, I could probably get a pair each for each of us out of both skeins, so that we would have a Mario pair and a Luigi pair, both of us. But it's got that sparkle base, so I wasn't sure about the socks either. So I don't know. Let's see. It says the base is 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 10% stellina. and there's approximately 495 yards in each skein. So y'all tell me what y'all think that I should do. Should I do the hat, the Musselburgh hats, and her get one and me keep one, and us have kind of like, since Mario and Luigi are brothers and me and her are sisters, it would kind of, you know, it would make sense there for us to have Mario and Luigi hats. But I could get the socks done a lot faster. So should I do the Musselburgh hats or the socks? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below, because I really need to figure out this dilemma. So that is all for the news portion. I don't really have any other updates. So I guess that brings us to finished objects. And y'all, I finally finished my Musselburgh hat that I was working on, and it turned out really, really good, I think. However, it is like the darker blue on this side. When I was making this, I used 2.25 millimeter needles to do it with, and it did, you know, come out okay as far as like the fit, which I don't really wear hats that much, so it's a little slouchy up top, or you can, you know, pull it on down and fold it up for it to be like a beanie or whatever. I don't really wear hats that often, but my husband does, so I think I'm going to let him have it, because oh my gosh, it would really look a lot better if I had my hair down. But as you can see, when I fold it up like this on me, it's a little snug. So I think that the next time I ordered some like bigger needles. I ordered a set of 16-inch circulars that are 2.75 and a 16-inch circular that is a 3 millimeter. I think that the 2.75 millimeter would give me a better gauge for my size head. I think my husband's is a little bit smaller than mine. So it fits him better, and he really likes it. I've already let him try it on, but I told him he couldn't have it until I showed y'all on here. So yeah, and it's reversible. I mean, it can be worn either way, so, but you can tell the difference in like how there's less blue speckles on this side than there is on this side. I think I like this side better, but that's just me. He can wear it however he wants to. So yeah, that is that. And so here a couple of weeks ago, let me get a sip of water. Let's see, it's been, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had applied for a test knit that Brianna, I do not want to just demolish her last name trying to pronounce it. So it, Brianna from the Little Wolf Knits, she had designed a pattern and she put out a test call for it, and I applied and I got in. So I knit this skirt. Let me back up a little. So this is the first time I have ever knit a skirt. I don't usually wear skirts or dresses much. I will try it on for y'all and let y'all see it. This is what it looks like on me. And it wound up being a really good fit. I was really surprised because I didn't know if I was gonna get like the increases or the decreases and stuff right, but I guess I did because it wound up fitting me really well. Okay, so when I decided to knit this, I scrambled over what kind of yarn to use and everything, and I actually went with a yarn that I had hand dyed myself. So both of these are yarns that I dyed myself, and this purple here, I don't know if the camera will show it or not, but it has a little bit of black areas because it was like, I used a skein of yarn to like, what do they call it? Leave no dye behind. So, where I had been dyeing some yarn, there was some color left in the pan, so I had just thrown a skein of yarn over in it, and it happened to be that purple color and then some black as well. So I just used the same skein and just, you know, put it over in there to soak up the rest of that color, and it came out like really pretty. I don't have the rest of the skein here, but she gives a choice of 2 different types of waistband, and I went with the elastic. You could do an elastic or a drawstring. I went with the elastic, and that's the first time I've ever done something like that too. But I really like it, and I enjoyed this test knit a lot. And I'm definitely going to make another one. However, I think I want to make it in like a speckled yarn and do it all one color instead of doing the ruffle as a contrast color. But I think I learned a lot while I was knitting this, and like I said, I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to knit it, and it was a really fast knit, it feels like, although I was so excited about it that I just knit and knit and knit and knit on it until I was finished, because I wanted to get it done, because I wanted to see what it would, if it was actually going to fit me like it was supposed to once I got it finished, and it did. So that made me really, really happy, and I really like it. So I'm definitely going to make more, but I finished early. The pattern, or the test knit, wasn't exactly due until I think in around the 1st of July. So like I said, I finished early because I was really excited about it, but I'm sure that the pattern will be coming out sometime in July. So if you are interested in that, definitely keep a watch out for it, because I highly recommend it. It was a super easy knit. The pattern was so easy to understand. Like I said, it was a really fast knit for me. That is probably the fastest that I've ever knit a bigger project like that, because I was so excited about it. So yeah, I definitely recommend, and also check out some of her other patterns too, because they're really awesome. I still have another pair of, another one of her patterns in the making, although I have not touched it since the last time I showed it on the podcast. I'm actually thinking that I'm going to be ripping back on some of it and changing some of the yarn that I was using on it, but I'll talk about that in the next podcast if I've done it yet. The next thing that I have finished was several months ago. I was working on Tony Lipsy from TL Yarn Crafts Holiday Tunisian Sampler Blanket, and it was actually while I was working at my last job. I had done all of the squares for the blanket while I was working there, and I was in the process of getting them blocked to put them all together. So I finally finished it, finally done it, and I finally finished it. I'm probably gonna have to stand up to show y'all this for it, and I will actually probably insert a picture too so that y'all can see it in full, but I'm just gonna go through here and show the best that I can. Oh, it is so big, y'all. And the last row. Okay. So I did make a couple of changes while I was making this blanket. I substituted out one of the squares, and all of these notes will be on my Ravelry project page for this if you're interested further in knowing exactly what I did. But there was one of the squares that I had substituted for a different square. I don't remember exactly which one it was. Like I said, it was, all of those notes are up on my project page. But also something that I changed is the join of how I joined the squares together. I did a continuous join with the squares, and I think in her pattern, I want to say you sewed them together. I'm not about all that sewing, so I did not do that. And I think that I did my own like border here. I just did a row of single crochet of every color that I had used, and then just to kind of give the edge a final look to it, I did a reverse single crochet or crab stitch or knurl stitch, however you know that stitch by, but that's what I did on all around the blanket for the border. But I really love the way this turned out. It took me forever to finish it, just simply because I did not have time. But I did finally sit down and finish it, and my cats love it. They love to lay on anything that I make, whether it be a blanket or a shirt, or they love to lay on it while I'm making it. So yeah. Originally I was planning to make this blanket for my son, but he does not like crochet or knit things. But that's okay, because I'll just use it myself because it's pretty and I like it, and I picked the colors, so there we go. That's all for my finished objects. Like I said, anything you want to know about any of these projects, you can look on my project pages in my Ravelry, and they will all be there. So now for my WIPS. So I have cast on a lot of socks. Some of you probably know that summer sock camp that is held and hosted by Kay Litton, the Crazy Sock Lady. She does it every year, and I haven't actually like posted on Instagram or anything with the hashtag or anything, but I am kind of like silently participating because there were socks that I wanted to make. So so I got this one cast on here, and I plan to make this just like a shorty sock, just a plain vanilla shorty sock, and it is using this Felici yarn from Knit Picks, and it's the colorway White Russian. So because I don't have very many shorty socks, that's why I decided to make me a pair of shorty socks with that. And then I'm just keeping that in one of these little old makeup bags. Let's see. This is a pair that I have cast on a little while back, but I think it was still after my last podcast, so I don't think y'all have seen it yet. But it is going to be a shorty sock also, but it's gonna be a pair of socks for my husband finally. He doesn't know it yet, but he loves green, and so I am using the color from my Yarnable subscription. I think this one was called Rest, Relax, Recharge or something like that. So I just did a 1x1 rib, and then I'm doing a vanilla sock, but just in a shorty. So all of these details are on the Ravelry project page, and the modifications that I make for his humongous foot is on there as well, because he has a huge foot, so I have to make like an extra large size for him, which the modifications for his will be pretty much the same as my dad's. I had just cast on like 80 stitches instead of the regular like 56, 60 or 56, 60, 64, 72. I just went up to 80, and then did my own winging it modifications. So that is that pair. And then so the last podcast, I believe I had talked about this yarn. It was another Yarnable yarn that was just so absolutely gorgeous to me. And I had said that most likely I was going to cast on a pair of these summer shorts socks from my Annie's Love to Knit Socks Club pattern. And so I did, and I have not gotten that far, but I've gotten this much done on it so far. So let me see if I can show it. I have done one repeat so far of the actual eyelet pattern on the front. I don't even know if y'all can see that, but yeah, and it is so pretty. I love the way it works up. I just love, love, love this color. And the colorway for this one was Some Bunny Loves Me. So, but that was also, like I said, another one of my yarnable yarns that I'm making socks out of. Oh, so I only have 3 pair of socks that I've cast on. I thought I had cast on more than that. Oh well. So that was all of the socks. This is what I had decided to start with my row 1 minis. So I decided to make a jelly roll blanket. So I haven't gotten very far, but I have done 4 colors out of the 10 of the first month subscription that I had gotten, and I'm just using, I think these are 2.75 millimeter. They're just DPNs, and I just put some stitch stoppers on the end to make them kind of like like singles or whatever. So yeah, so that is my jelly roll fingering weight blanket made out of my row 1 yarn minis that are 10 grams each so far. And I am pretty much just following the pattern on it. However, I liked some of the changes that the Crazy Sock Lady had made when she was doing hers, and she had posted all of those changes on her Ravelry project page for hers. And so I am doing some of those changes as well on mine. Last thing is a top, and it is actually a tank, kind of like a tank top, but it is just a 3x3 rib, and let me see the pattern I have right here. So it is a paid for pattern off of Ravelry. It is called the Ripple Camisole by Jessie Mae Martinson of Jessie Mae Designs. And I normally wouldn't wear something like this, but I have been, since I've started trying to make garments, I have tried to get more out of my comfort zone and make things that I think is cute, no matter what I would have in my past thought about myself wearing it. So yeah, so I'm gonna make it anyway. And this is Yarn Bee yarn. Let me grab the tag here. It is the authentic hand-dyed Yarn Bee yarn in the colorway Zahara, and it's 100% superwash merino wool. So it's really pretty. I liked it. It was more of a neutral color, so I figured if I did it maybe in a more neutral color, then maybe I would be more susceptible to wearing it once I finished it, because it kind of has like really thin straps here. Normally I don't like to wear like tank tops and stuff because my arms are really big, but like I said, I'm trying to get out of that kind of mind frame, and learn to love my body the way that it is. So, because it's not looking like it's going to change anytime soon. But anyways, it is designed to like have a lot of stretch to it, and then once it blocks out even more. So yeah, so hopefully it will be okay once I get it finished, and if not, I'll just give it to my sister because we wear the same size shirt. So, but I'm really enjoying that because it's kind of like a mindless knit, and it's fun to be making. It is worked from the bottom up, so I'm a little worried about that, but I think that I can handle it because I did get me some barber cord. I ordered it off of Amazon and I got a whole spool of it, so I should have no problem trying things on the way that I need to while I'm working it. So that's also why I was able to get this skirt to fit me so well, is because I kept trying it on. I kept putting it on that barber cord, trying it on to make sure that it was fitting me right. But yeah, so that is pretty much everything that I've got going on. Like I said, if you are interested in any of the yarn that I have behind me, be on the lookout because a lot of it is going to be posted on my Etsy shop very soon, like hopefully within a week. I'm working on it as I can, trying to get it over there. And I actually have more yarn over here in this closet beside me over here that is also going to be put on my Etsy store. You just can't see it because I don't have room to display it here. That's another reason that I'm destashing, is because I want to kind of just take my level of yarn down some so that I want to try to start keeping track of like what yarn I have, and yarn going out, yarn coming in, what I use on projects, what I give away, what I sell, or whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, I want to do that. I want to get more organized with my crafting, because I still have, even though I have been making some progress on getting my items finished, I still have like 23 WIPS. So that's still a lot. However, I did just, when I first started this year, I had like 31 or 33, something like that. And so I have made, some progress, but I need to make more. I want to get down to where that I only have like 1 to 3 WIPS at the time. And I think it's probably still going to take me the rest of the year to get there, and maybe even, past that, and that's okay. But as long as I can see that I'm making progress, that's what matters. So yeah, but I am finished with everything that I had to share with y'all, so I'm gonna let y'all go, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye y'all.